Rimuru, the Eighth Deadly Sin. Wolf Sin of Deception by WGS564. The Necropolis. Ban lay in slumber, but the past crept into his dreams, a haunting memory of the woman he loved, the one he lost. Eventually, he woke up with a thud. Meliodas. Morning, Ban. Ban. Captain. Meliodas. Yeah. Ban. Why are we tied up and hanging upside down from a rope tied to the ceiling? Meliodas. I think you already know the answer to that. Ban. 10 years later, and he's still the same. What did we do this time? Meliodas. He didn't appreciate you taking Elizabeth's bed or me offering to sleep with her in mine. Ban struggled out of the ropes. Meliodas. I tried that, at his sticky steel thread. Ban. Of course, it just had to be. Hawk. Out of bed, you lazy butts. Come and get your breakfast. Soon, Rimuru and Elizabeth came downstairs. Rimuru yawned. Rimuru. Good morning, guys. Elizabeth. Good morning, Sir Rimuru. Have you seen Sir Meliodas or Sir Ban? Rimuru pointed up to where they both were tied up. Elizabeth. May I ask why? Rimuru. If you can't afford a cage, then you tie your animals with a rope. Ban. Hilarious, could you cut us free now? A droplet of water shot through the thread, sending both Ban and Meliodas falling on the floor as Rimuru casually ate his breakfast. Elizabeth. The next time you tie up Sir Meliodas, maybe you could make it a little bit looser. If he feels uncomfortable, then sleep won't be easy for him. Rimuru. No, I don't think I will, I'm afraid. Besides, he'll be fine. Hawk. I agree, and if he's lying there in the same bed with you, he's gonna have more hands than a teenage octopus. Precautions must be taken. Elizabeth. But, Meliodas, if you just look at it as a part of foreplay, it's actually not that bad at all. Elizabeth. What did you say? Meliodas. Who knows? Maybe tonight, you could tie me up instead of Rimuru. Hawk. You sleazebag. Diane appeared outside the window. Diane. Hey, did I hear somebody say you're gonna tie up Hawk? Hawk. No one's roping my roast. Rimuru. There are better things to eat right now, remember, Diane, he's emergency food and funds only. Rimuru said casually while eating. Hawk. You're heartless. Ban. I could sure use a drink, Captain. Danae. A little early, don't you think? Elizabeth. Would you like to have some breakfast with us? Ban. You don't expect me to eat the captain's awful cooking, do you? Rimuru. Even I don't hate you that much. Meliodas tossed Ban a bottle aimed at his face that he swiftly caught in the air. Meliodas. If you don't like it, then make it yourself. Ban. Don't mind if I do. He said as he opened the bottle, only for it to splash in his face. Later, Meliodas had a map open on the table. Meliodas. Alright, guys, time to head to the necropolis. We'll start looking for King there. Ban. Hold on, didn't you say Fatty was 6 feet under already? Rimuru. You of all people should know how hard we are to kill. I can't say I believe he's really dead. Meliodas. Besides, it's the only lead we've got, so I think we might as well check it out. Elizabeth. The city of the dead sounds scary. What kind of place is it? Meliodas. I have no idea. Honestly, the only thing that I know about it is that it exists. Hawk. Look, guys, if you ask me, it's probably haunted with a spooky name like that. Bet it's gloomy and dark all the time, with rows and rows of creepy graves everywhere. Elizabeth gasped, unnerved at the thought. Diane. There won't be any bugs, right? Rimuru. To be honest, I'll bet we're the scariest things that's gonna be there. Hawk. Once we get there and start looking, what'll happen if we do find King? Do you think he's still gonna be alive? Elizabeth. Hawk, please don't say anything else. Meliodas. Some ghosts, huh? Rimuru. Well, if there's any undead, then we don't need to worry about them since I'm here. Rimuru could hear Ban snoring, which annoyed him, so he tossed him outside on the stairs. Ban once again dreamt of Elaine until Hawk's mom finally came to a stop. Meliodas. We're here. Diane. So this is the necropolis. It's not what I expected. Rimuru. If nothing else, the place looks dead. Hawk. How'd a rundown little village end up with a name like that, anyway? Meliodas. Rumor has it this should be the place that's closest to it. Let's see if we can get some intel on King and find out where to go from here. And we're all gonna need to make a little food money right away, so let's get the tavern up and running. Ban. What do you know? Guess the captain really does sell the drinks. Rimuru. Did you think they were for decoration? Rimuru said sarcastically. Diane. When he's working, he's so cute. OMG. Meliodas. And I'm gonna put all you guys to work too. Bring in some customers, Jumbo Billboard Girl. Diane. Are you sure? She said excitedly. Meliodas. You start grilling up some tasty grub, jailbird cook. Ban. Oh, who me? Hawk. Are you sure you want this guy handling our food? Meliodas. Trust me. I know it's hard to believe, but this guy is a real whiz in the kitchen. Ban. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Rimuru. It's true, probably his only redeeming quality that makes him lean close to tolerable. Meliodas. You'll be our cute waiter, surely to attract men and women alike. Rimuru. Call me cute again and see what happens. Meliodas. Alright, let's get to work. Put your backs into it, you guys. Elizabeth. Please, Sir Meliodas, I want a job. Thanks to Sir Rimuru, I'm fully recovered. Meliodas. Just don't push too hard. Elizabeth. You got it. Diane picked up Meliodas and rubbed his head against her face. Diane. Oh, Captain, you made me the billboard girl. I'm so happy you chose me. And don't worry, I won't let you down. I promise I won't. Meliodas. Diane, you're gonna be great. Rimuru. Well, we'll surely grab attention. Meliodas. Oh yeah, Ban, the pantry's out in the back. Ban was nowhere to be seen. Hawk. Man, what a jerk. Meliodas. He just took off. Rimuru. Sounds like the asshole. Rimuru went inside to help set up shop. Elizabeth. So, how would you both describe King? What kind of person is he? Meliodas. Let's see now. I'd say he's sorta like the 8 Deadly Sins mascot. Our pet, I guess. Rimuru. I don't think that's the best or nicest way to put it. Hawk. Hey, you know perfectly well there's no pets allowed in here. Having an animal in a dining establishment is disgusting. There was a momentary awkward silence. Rimuru. Yeah, especially the loud, annoying ones. Hawk. Exactly. Who in their right mind would keep a gross fleabag like that around anyway? Rimuru. No idea. Hawk. You get it. Meliodas. Ever heard the word irony? Rimuru. Or sarcasm? Meliodas. Oh, about King, there was a time Ban was totally into collecting plushies. Elizabeth. Seriously. Hawk. That's just adorable. Rimuru. Lot less cute when you know how he got 'em. Rimuru and Meliodas recounted the day Ban made off with nearly every plush toy belonging to a child in the capital. They described how King had burst into tears at the sight, and how they'd done their best to comfort him. Yet by morning, King had quietly returned each plushie, cleaned, mended, and looking better than before, his heart lightened by the joy of giving them back. Rimuru. Overall, I'd say he's a good person, though he can be quite the softy sometimes. Elizabeth. Sir King seems like he might be a little strange, but he seems like a man with a really warm heart. I admire that. Hawk. But it also means Ban's an even bigger jerk than I already thought he was. Rimuru. All of those statements are very true. Hawk. I bet they fought all the time. Meliodas. What would make you say that? King and Ban were practically joined at the hip. Rimuru. Only because he was the only other person who felt responsible enough to clean up Ban's messes. Looking back, I'd say King and I got along pretty well. I appreciated his good nature, and we were both united by our mutual hatred for Ban's antics. Meliodas. But when all's said and done, they did make an excellent team. Rimuru. Though I'd hardly ever say that was by choice. Anyway, we haven't had a single customer yet, so we might as well go out investigating. We can drag Ban back, and hopefully, the smell of his cooking can attract more customers. Meliodas. Good idea. Meliodas, Rimuru, and Elizabeth search the town until they find Ban, who seems to be focused on someone else. Meliodas. There he is. Ban. Now, for the last time, who the hell are you? Meliodas. Bad, Ban. He said as he lightly tapped a mug on the back of his head. Ban. Hey, Captain, could you butt out? I'm kinda busy here. Meliodas. What's the matter with you, think you can just skip out on work? Ban. What's the matter with me? Some punk I've never seen before came out of nowhere and started a fight. I mean, just look at what he did to my sweet threads. Rimuru. What punk? Diane. Alright, someone better tell me what all this commotion's about. She noticed someone flying on her right. Meliodas and Rimuru eyed them too, as he seemed to be the one who Ban claimed attacked him. Meliodas, Rimuru, and Diane all had a look of realization as to who they were looking at. Meliodas, Rimuru, and Diane, King. Ban seemed shocked by what they were claiming. Ban, tell me how that tiny creep's supposed to be king. Meliodas, well, maybe he lost a little weight. Ban, a little weight. That ain't even the main issue here. Diane, King, we came to look for you, and now you're here. This is incredible, I'm so happy to see you again. Rimuru, we heard you bit the dust, but I didn't believe it for a second. I knew you'd never be done in so easily. How've you been after all these years? The boy said nothing and flew away, leaving everyone with questions. Luckily, Ban had a way to find answers. He cooked up a nice feast for Luigi and Ellen, the two children he found. Ban, okay, everybody, dig in. Elizabeth, that smells amazing. Meliodas, yep. Meliodas said as he was holding Hawk's ear to stop him from losing self-control in front of such a feast. Rimuru, like I said, it's one of his few redeeming qualities that make up for everything else. Rimuru said while holding Hawk's other ear. Luigi, it's great, but we really don't. Ban, if you won't eat it, I'm just gonna give it all to the pig. Hawk shrieked in excitement. Luigi, we're eating. Hawk fell over with tears of disappointment. Ellen, it's wonderful. Hawk, come on, I need a taste. Rimuru and Meliodas pulled him back by each of his ears. Rimuru, last I checked, your job was scraps disposal, they're not done so those aren't scraps. Luigi, it's the best I've ever had, thank you so much. Rimuru, make sure to eat every bite, leave nothing left over, also try not to spill anything. Hawk, you're a heartless bastard. He said while crying. Ban, it's time for some give and take. All right. Now tell me everything you know about this, necropolis, place. Meliodas, what are you doing, Ban? Finding King was our mission. So there's no reason to go there anymore, right? Ban, no way in hell that little punk is king. Meliodas, trust me, that's really him. Ban, I think he's a fake. Rimuru, my senses would say otherwise. Meliodas, there you have it, it's really him. Ban, he's a fake. Luigi, so you guys are trying to get into the necropolis too. The three sins of them looked at Luigi, wondering what he meant. Luigi, that boy's asked us questions about it a lot. And he told me that he had to find it, no matter what. Meliodas, King said that, huh? Luigi, he told us he'd been looking a long time, too. Hawk, so it's actually here in this rundown place. Luigi, no, but it's not far away. Diane, then, where is it exactly? Luigi, the entrance to the necropolis can be found here in this hamlet. But it's not a place you can reach just because you want to. Ban, look, man, riddles have never really been my thing. Meliodas, oh, I get it. So what you're saying is it's something like this. Meliodas had tied a pole holding a plate of food to Hawk. Elizabeth, I don't think that's it. Meliodas, so it's like a grave that's normally hidden, right? Luigi, it's not a grave at all. It's a land unto itself, a place where you'll find spirits of those who've died. Meliodas, are we talking about the afterlife? Elizabeth, how could we reach a place like that? Hawk, how can I reach this plate right here? Ban, tell me, have you guys ever had a chance to go there yourselves? Luigi, oh no, of course not. All that stuff is just superstitious nonsense. Ellen, if you share with the dead your precious memories, they will lead you where you want to go. The man next door used to say that to us all the time. I'm sorry, but that's all I know. Ban pat the girl's head. Ban, that tip just paid for your meal and then some. Seriously, well done, thanks a lot, Elaine. Ellen, my name is Ellen. Ban, oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that, Ellen. Now, eat, there's still food on your plate. Ellen, right. Elizabeth, what kind of reason could it be that Sir King wants to get into the necropolis now? Rimuru, my guess is he wants to see someone he knew who died, but if that's how it works, then I am curious about it myself. Elizabeth, is there someone who passed away that you wanted to speak with? Rimuru, yeah, you could say that. Meliodas, well, the only way we'll know for sure is when we get there. Rimuru, true enough. Diane, that's weird. I wonder why King just ran away from me like that. Rimuru, I have a clue why. Meanwhile, King was face-first in his chastifles in pillow form. King, what a maroon. I can't believe how stupid I am. Idiot. Now Diane's gonna think I took off just because I saw her. Then again, who could blame me? Hearing that after being away from her all this time, he recalled how she said she was happy to see him, and his heart couldn't help but skip a beat. King. Diane's just as adorable as she ever was. But what am I gonna do? What if this tips her off that I like her? What am I gonna do? Well, hopefully Rimuru's still gonna help me with her like he said he would those years ago. Speaking of which, why haven't he and the captain changed at all in the past 10 years anyway? It's strange that they look the same. Still, it was really good to see them all again. King's face had a furious glare. King. I can't let that monster deceive my friends. Ban, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure you pay for this. Meanwhile, Hawk. Even if this necropolis place actually exists, there's no way to get to the other side. Meliodas. Well, I guess all we have to do is die, right? Hawk. You big idiot. Rimuru. If what those kids said is true, then we just need to think about someone we cared about before we died, and if there's mutual care, we'll be there. Elizabeth. Share memories that are precious with the dead, huh? If I could, when my mother died, I was too young to remember her. But I'd love to meet her. Hawk. That rules you out, then. Elizabeth. I guess you're right. I don't have any shared memories. Rimuru. Well, there is one person who passed on that I'd like to talk to. I guess I'll think about them and see what happens. Elizabeth. Oh, really, who might that be? Rimuru stopped where he stood. Rimuru. Just somebody that I used to know. Rimuru walked in thought. He caught up to Ban, but he paid him no mind as he thought about the one person in this world whom he had regrets towards, someone even he couldn't save. Rimuru. Diane. Ban, I can see Rimuru enjoying a place like this, but this is so not your style. Ban and Rimuru looked around and found pink flowers everywhere. Ban. What the hell is this? Rimuru. These flowers weren't here before. Diane. Elizabeth, come here, look at all these flowers. Elizabeth. Oh my, what kind are they? Hawk. Who cares about a bunch of stupid old flowers? You can eat these things all day long, but they'll never fill you up. Rimuru. Shouldn't expect a pig like you to get it. Hawk snorted one of the flowers, suddenly, petals filled the air. Rimuru. Could this be Luigi? Hey you guys, be careful. The petals formed a twister around them, King flew in the storm of petals, and suddenly they were all in the necropolis. Diane. Captain. Meliodas. Look, you guys. Rimuru. Guess we're here. King. No doubt about it. It's the necropolis. Memories belonging to one of them opened the pathway. King said to himself as he hid. Elizabeth. Do you think it was my wish to meet my mother that opened it up and carried us here? Hawk. Maybe it was the powerful longing for all the scraps I missed in my long and colorful life. Meliodas. My mind was totally blank. Diane. Mine too. Ban and Rimuru looked around until they both saw someone familiar in different directions. Rimuru. Can it really be? Rimuru saw a young girl with black hair. Rimuru and Ban ran after their respective familiar figures. Diane. Rimuru. Ban. King flew after Ban. King. Hold it. Meliodas. King. Elizabeth. But how did he get here? Hawk. What the hell's going on? Diane. Captain. What are we supposed to do? Hawk. Should we split up after them? Meliodas. Let's go after Ban and King. I'm sure Rimuru will be fine. Rimuru. Please wait. The girl stopped where she was and turned around to face him. I'm glad to see you again, Rimuru.